Welcome back to the UPA once again, Season 3. Shout out Dashing Septile for allowing me to be here once again. I'm excited for it. You guys already see the team. Normally I would have them all blocked out, but leaves less of a mess on OBS for me. As you can see, as a team, pretty solid. We did make a couple transactions in Grace, which we did end up dropping. Where is it? Where tis it? We ended up dropping Dialga Origin, Palafin and Persian, picking up Empoleon, Palkia, and Slacking. And we took the Terra away from Fezandipity and gave it a Slacking. So, in this draft, I had the first overall pick, and I was thinking about picking Calyrex Ice, but then there was just something about me. I really just want to use Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh is such a cool mon. Has the ability Regenerator, really good moves, really good move pool. Can run it physical, can run it special. One of the moves, Sacred Fire, giving you a 50% chance to burn. Always really nice. Has really good coverage moves with like Earth Power, Earthquake. Gets Flame Charge, so maybe if we wanted to even run a Flame Charge set, that could be fun. Like a Flame Charge, Calm Mindset, like I said, Regenerator. Amazing bulk with a base 154 Spadef and 90 defense. Always isn't the greatest, but it is what it is. Recover. It gets Recover and Roost, I think. Or did it lose Roost? I think it lost Roost, but kept Recover. Yeah, I think it lost Roost, but kept Recover. Or maybe didn't have Roost. I don't know. But overall, I am excited to use this mon. Really good utility mon. Really good offensive mon. Can slap a Scarf on this. Can even slap a Choice Band on this thing. And really just start breaking things, opening things up for the team. Yeah. With the first overall pick though, it does kind of put you on a wheel, so I was drafting these things in pairs. And I really wanted Dialga for my next pick here, but we ended up going Dialga Origin, which I ended up dropping just because, don't get me wrong, I liked the Dragon Steel. It fit really, really good on this team, but I just didn't like it overall as my Dragon type, and also being a mon that's kind of just locked into using only one item for the entire season. So I thought that just makes it kind of useless in a way, because it makes it more easier to prep around, knowing it's always going to be that item, so you can kind of just prep around it. Oh, is it going to be a physical attacker, special attacker, bulky? You know, overall I just didn't really think I would enjoy using it, let alone think it's going to put in some work. So I ended up picking up Palkia here, which I'm pretty sure Palkia last season was the MVP, but we all know who the real MVP is. If you watch the videos, it was Toxtricity, guys. Come on now, it's Dashing Septile, bro. What are you doing, bro? We all know the real MVP was Toxtricity. Less games played. Literally came in season 5, in week 5. Came in week 5 and started dominating. And we gave Palkia MVP. Come on now. Palkia here, obviously known for its amazing move, Spatial Rend, base 100 power, high critical hit ratio. Overall, a really, really good special breaker. Base 100 speed, not the greatest. You can kind of tell my team isn't really the fastest, with being Landers being the fastest one on the team. So we're definitely going to be running a lot of Choice Scarfs. You know, like I said, Spatial Rend. I probably will never run Hydro Pump on this thing. I'm not one to miss Hydro Pumps. I'm good. I'll probably be using Surf. Base 90. Still does a lot of damage. Maybe even run a bulk up body press set on Palkia. Maybe if we feel a little freaky. Even just dropping Dracos is also really nice too. Gets good coverage with Earth Power and Earthquake. Flamethrower, Fire Blast. Gets Heavy Slam for some of those fairy types, so can catch them off guard. Obviously Ice Beam, Power Gem, really good for any of those ice types. Kyurem White, Can just knock that thing with a nice Lickle power gem to the face, so you can't freeze dry me dashing. But yeah, power gem is also really nice. Rock slide. I didn't know it got Stone Edge. T-Wave trick. Can always kind of have fun here with that. Maybe set up a trick room if I'm feeling freaky. Highly doubt I will though. Overall, really good utility mon. Gets really good move pool coverage. Amazing special attack. Amazing bulk. Defense isn't the greatest. Oh wait, no. Defense is based on 100. The only stat that isn't 100 here is HP, but you can really run this thing many different ways. Choice specs, choice scarf. The orb. I don't know. Even rocking some like Rocky helmet for any like things like Urshifu Rapid. I think that got drafted. So nice little Urshifu Rapid with Rocky helmet on this thing. Even just some nice strong physical water types, or even some really strong like physical like fire types. We can just use this as a defensive switch in and just kind of just chill. Roar, always really nice. Like I said, good utility, good breaker. I think I'm gonna have fun with this mon. Gen 4 will always be my favorite gen. Shout out Diamond and Pearl, that's what I grew up on. So yeah, I will say this next pick was kind of random. I may or may have not been under the influence, but overall I really like Pheasantipity here. Having that ability, Toxic Chain, is always just really nice being able to get those free poisons off, because I'm pretty sure you can poison things with Moonblast. Really good special bulk. I definitely could have maybe gotten a better fairy type, but I also just want to try Pheasantipity just in Ubers, just because I think it'd be fun, and I think it's overall not a bad fairy type. Seeing the things that are some along the lines that aren't Ubers, that are fairies, like obviously you got your Iron Valiants, you got your Fluttermanes, and Zacian. But me personally, when I go for a fairy type, I like my nice bulky fairy types. Clefable, surprisingly, is actually still on the board. Didn't even notice that. But we could have picked up Clefable. Didn't really want to use Clefable. I haven't used Clefable in a while. What are some other good fairy types that were out here that I just kind of passed on? Got like a Azumarill out there. Overall, I don't know. Not many fairy types I was really interested in using, and I thought Pheasantipity just kind of screamed. Having that poison type on it too was really nice, giving you that getting rid of toxic spikes. Always have a nice switch into any poison moves like toxic or something like that. Making sure we can't get any toxic on us, which would be really, really annoying. But Toxic Chain on this Pokemon is just honestly really good. Getting that Moonblast toxic. This thing does get Hex. Has Roost, Taunt, Tailwind, U-turn toxic is always really nice. Never know, just getting a nice for U-turn out. Pivoting out on U-turn, then getting a toxic stacked onto it. Overall, I think this mon's going to probably bring us some really good utility-wise, and also just really good progress. Toxic itself and Toxic Chain, definitely going to give us some good progress. Calm Mindsets can go crazy, Calm Mind Roost. That's what I was kind of thinking of Terra on this thing. It's not really that bad. Just doing Calm Mind Roost. Like Calm Mind Roost and just being able to boost the special attack, special defense, depending on what they have left. But I think this mon can put in some work. Definitely help us win games. Hopefully we can make playoffs again this season. We made playoffs last season, fell a little short, but that team was definitely kind of wonky. This team I feel like is definitely way better than last season, so I'm actually really excited to use this team because I've not used any of these Pokemon actually. I haven't used a single one of them. But yeah, hopefully Pheasantipity can put in work. Next, in our first Terra Captain, Landorus. Saw this thing laying around, I was like, you wanna know what? I want a good ground type. Give me another ground immunity. This thing, Terra Cap, is supposed to be nice. This is actually our fastest mon on the team with base 101 speed. Obviously gonna be running that Sheer Force Life Orb. I know it lost agility. I don't think it ever had agility. No, but I know it lost Rock Polish in this gen. It is kind of annoying, but you know, we'll work with it. Even just running Scarf on this thing is never bad. Like Scarf, U-turn, 3 move, always really good. This thing's always gonna be putting out massive damage output. Really good breaker. I think overall, really good Terra Cap. How many points did I think it only costed me? What? Where is this thing? I think it only costed me 19 points, so not really that bad. We did have a budget though. What was the budget again? I didn't even mention the budget of 150. But overall, I haven't talked about this mon. I like this mon, has crazy coverage, focus blast. Gets focus blast. You can even just click some powerful focus blast. Good coverage moves with Sledge Wave for them fairies. I think this thing even gets psychic, does it not? Yeah, it gets psychic for any of those poison types just randomly, but we would just probably click Earth Power. Run this thing both physical and special. More on the special side, just because it just has way better special coverage. Maybe we could run some physical sets, but I probably never will. Excited to use this mon though. I know it's definitely going to put in some work, definitely going to cause some issues. Sub nasty plot sets can go crazy. Even just leaving this thing just getting off of rocks, if it doesn't look like this mon has much of a matchup, we can always get rocks with it. Isn't always a bad idea. As you can see, we have Tyranitar. Shout out that Septile did shout out. I really could just run Terra Steel, Sandforce, Terra Blast. Yeah, Sandforce, Terra Steel, yeah, Terra Blast. Just to do some crazy damage, to have some fun. Once again, excited to use this mon. Can't wait to use it. Nothing else much really said. Slanderous. Next is another mon we ended up picking up in Grace Period. I needed a steel type, and also just kind of felt like my resistance to ice is just so bad. Like, I don't really have many good ice switch-ins, especially mounts with like freeze dry. This is such a good Pokemon, just being able to not be able to resist it. Especially bulky, has good special attack. Being able to get those competitive boosts is always really nice on this thing. This thing can definitely put in work. Agility, Roost. Gets really good moves. It gets good coverage moves like Earthquake. Has Flash Cannon. Got access to Flip Turn this gen and Roost, which I didn't know. I thought it always had Roost. A really good knockoff mon, which is also really nice. I didn't know it get Roar. Sadly, it did lose. It did lose Defog, but that's not that bad. Maybe we'll run weakness policy like Agility, Wave Crash. Who knows? Have some fun later in the season if our record's looking good. Have some fun builds, but this mon overall is definitely going to come in handy. Really good slow flip turner to get in mons like Palkia, Landorus, maybe a Slacking, Ho-Oh, depending on what it is. I could definitely see this mon putting in some crazy work, and I'm excited to use it. Not really much said about Empoleon. Empoleon's just kind of that bulky penguin, that bulky penguin. Next, and actually the first time this mon's ever been drafted in the UPA, we got Houndstone, Terra Houndstone. I don't know, my mind was just kind of going through it, and Basculegion has won this league, I think 2 times now in a row, with Last Respects. So I thought, know what? Let's try to get Last Respects banned, and let's bring out the Houndstone. No one's really used it. It's the first time actually being drafted, and I'm excited. Obviously we have T-Tar for Sandrush, and also one ability that's just so good with this mon is Fluffy. This mon is such a good bulky mon in general, having that base 100 defense. Having that base 100 defense and just being able to just kind of wall things, so it's just really nice. Getting good utility moves like Willow, Roar. Obviously it gets access to things like Destiny Bond if I really wanted to. Body Press, which is always really nice. Spawn's definitely going to put in work, be a problem. Obviously Rest, Sleep, Talk, stuff like that. could definitely be an issue for some teams if they can't really figure out a way to get rid of Houndstone. Also, another good spin block, a decently good spin blocker. Not the greatest, but it's decent. Yeah, this mon's just kind of like a one-trick pony almost. Either run it with Last Respects, or you just run a really bulky Houndstone, and there's nothing wrong with that. Bulky Houndstone is really, really nice. So excited to use this mon, excited to see how it goes, and seeing if Last Respects is as broken as it is. Next on the list, we got Tyranitar himself. This mon, obviously picked it up since I do have a wheel pick. So I went like picked Ho first, then picked Dialga, Serendipity, then went Landorus, blah blah blah. I went Houndstone and Tyranitar. This mon overall can really be just used in so many different ways. I know having a base 61 speed isn't the greatest, but being able to just run this thing with Dragon Dance is never not an option. Having the ability on Nerve is also really good, so you don't always have to bring Sand. I'm not expecting myself to bring Sand every single time. I'm only really expecting myself to really bring Sand when I know it could actually be viable for Houndstone to really go in. I really like Houndstone here on this team, more as a bulky mon than more of an offensive mon, but I also do like it in a position of being offensive too. So I am excited to see how that works out. But running a Nerve on Tyranitar and then giving it like Dragon Dance and moves, being able to make sure no resist berries, no citrus berries, stuff like that, so we can really just kind of click buttons with this thing, and this thing can really put in work. Obviously, as we know, Tyranitar has such good move pool coverage, getting access to Knockoff, Outrage, obviously Stone Edge's Taunt, gets T-Wave. I did not know this thing gets Surf. I don't know why it gets Surf, but I really see this mom putting in some work. I really can. Even just Iron Defense Body Press, gets Crunch, even Special Tyranitar really isn't that bad. You can actually catch a lot of people off guard with it, and I actually really enjoy Special Tyranitar because it has such good move pool access. The base 95 special attack really isn't that horrible, so being able to click like things like Dark Pulse on mons that are just willing to come out and burn it. I mean, be my guest, burn my Tyranitar, but you're gonna hit with a special move, and I'm still do a nice little chunk too if I want to. So yeah, also a really good phasing mon too to get rid of any setup mons with Dragon Tail. I don't know if it gets Roar. It does get Roar. I think a lot of mons got Roar. I think almost every mon got Roar this gen. But again, another really good utility mon, being able to Thunder Wave things, which will definitely come in handy with how slow my team really is. I don't know, I think I can really work around it, definitely with the Sand and obviously the Sticky Webs. And just running Scarf on things. Never go wrong with some Scarf mons. You know, I love running Scarf. But overall, a really good mon. Overall, really good mon. Get up rocks too if we need it. Next on the list, I was like, dude, I'm sick and tired of getting mid-tier rapid spinners. So I was like, you wanna know what I'm gonna pick up here? Pick up Serena. Serena is a really good mon here. I really like it. Having Queenly Majesty, not being able to get Ice Sharded, not being able to get priority moves is always really nice. It has decently good bulk with 98 defense, 98 speed F, but just really needed a good grass type. I kind of got destroyed by some good earth, like some good ground types. A lot of good ground types can just kind of run through my team and stuff like that. Also, some pretty good waters too could definitely run through the team. So I thought Serena is not a bad mon. With having rapid spin and that base 120 attack, this thing could really become a nice little a good reverse sweeper. Getting access to Trailblaze, that's really nice, but rapid spin, getting that +1 speed, getting moves like Triple Axle, Power Whip, Play Rough, High Jump Kick, Knockoff, all really good moves. Not really much to say about this mon. Another kind of just one-trick pony mon. I could definitely see it putting in some work, and I am excited to use it. next on the list is Vikavolt. I've definitely used this mon before. Gives me a good ground immunity, gives me that electric type I've been seeking. Stats are mediocre, but obviously that base 145 special attack and sticky webs. I will say this, sticky webs, I'll probably be using it a lot. Trying my hardest to keep them up as we go. I think overall this mon is definitely going to help put in a lot of work. Even just on those matchups where even if it's just in on a good thing, no ground immunity is a nice, even if it's resistant, a base 145 special attack, modest volt switch is still going to do a nice chunk, like a really nice chunk to mons. So I think this thing, even, yeah, you can even just run iron defense on this thing, even click agility on this thing if you want to, and just kind of try to maybe sweep with it. But overall, really good mon, good utility with slow turn, slow volt switch. It's also really nice, good pivoting too. Volt switch, T-wave, getting rid of some of those, making things slower. Same with sticky web. Gets access to flash cannon, energy ball. Two really good coverage moves. Air slash as well. Overall, a really good mon. Excited to use it. I've used Vikavolt, of course, in the past. I think definitely one of my favorite. Is it what, Gen 7 mons? I think it's Gen 7. But again, excited to use this mon. Excited to use all these Pokemon. Excited to be back in this league. I missed UPA, and I'm happy to be here again. UPA is probably one of the most fun. UPA is probably one of the most draft leagues. One of the draft leagues I've had the most fun in. Sorry, I'm mad tired recording this. I don't even know why I'm recording this right now. It's almost 6 a.m. But I was just excited because I made this cool layout and I really wanted to record the draft video. And I'm excited for the UPA. And last but not least, for dropping Persian, we picked up the big monkey himself, Slacking. Now, I know the ability Truant is kind of like, why the fuck would you pick up a mon that after every turn can't use a move? I'll tell you one thing. What team, if they don't have their steel type, they don't have their ghost type, what team wants to switch into a Choice Banded Giga Impact Terra Normal Slacking? Tell me what mon want to switch into that? Giga Impact Terra Normal Slacking. I'm gonna do a quick little calc right here. Damage calculator. Do quick little Slacking. Say it's like Adamant, 252, Choice Band, Terra Normal, Giga Impact, into Calyrex. Think about this. Max Adamant, Choice Band, 252. Terra Normal can get impact into a Calyrex that's 109 to 129. And that's max HP, no defensive bulk. It's doing a chunk. I think this thing gets other things, like even just Double Edge. I think even Double Edge does damage, like crazy damage here. Double Edge. Even Double Edge has a chance to KO. It's 25% chance to KO. I'm also not 100% sure on how. I haven't used this mon, let alone even used Truant or how it works in a minute. So I don't know if like after the move I can still switch out. After it's kind of like, I don't know. We'll find out together, guys. I don't remember. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the layout. This is the first time I really tried to like do something creative, and I like the way it turned out with the little trainer cards and all the mods. And yeah, I'll see you guys for week 1 of the UPA. Once again, shout out Dashing Sceptile for allowing me to be in the league once again for season 3 of the UPA. Always a pleasure to be here. And yeah, see y'all for week 1.